Welcome everybody to another episode of The Str8 Up Warlords, the podcast thing where we play Warhammer games and do that kind of stuff. This is the start of season 2. I know we haven't finished season 1 yet, but we will eventually do that. I am your chaotic lead host, Jem. With me today is the still disgustingly resilient Diesel.
Hey, hello guys.
And the imperious Cat.
Hello everyone.
And season 2 we are playing Warhammer 40k Crusade for 10th edition. Although we haven't got the book on us, so we don't actually know how that plays at the moment. I will be playing Chaos Space Marines, specifically the Iron Warriors. Obviously, Diesel is playing Deathguard.
Gotta love the smelly boys.
Yeah. And Cat is playing Space Marines.
Yeah, we're just not sure which
chapter
we're doing at the moment for me.
Yeah. With the 10th edition rules, it doesn't matter which chapter you're playing, as long as you know, really, as long as you know what attachment you're using, attachment rules you're using. Is that right, Diesel?
I believe so, yeah. So you can make up your own group. You can just write whatever you want for them. Don't have to take a pre-selected one, but you'll just need the detachment.
Yeah,
that's all. And detachments are depends on how you want to play. Basically, like some of them really help out melee. Some of them go massively in buff vehicles and things. So it's just depends on what your play style, what you want.
Yeah. So the setting of this season's gameplay will be a battle that I'm calling the War of Rust, Ruin, and Retribution. Which is
Rust, Ruin, and Retribution. I think it's a great name.
Yeah. Basically, the Deathguard have screwed a bunch of people over. Mostly the Iron Warriors and the Imperium.
I mean, you say screw people over. I like to say have brought Nurgle's enlightenment to many places.
That is, I mean, we're suffering from the gifts of Nurgle right now, so
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Long may he reign. If you prayed harder, then you wouldn't be feeling it.
I mean, I don't pray to that particular god.
You filthy heretic.
So the timing of this battle is that it's post the Plague Wars, and so obviously the War of the Gods is currently on, which is war between mostly the Chaos Gods. The Arcs of Omen campaign would be currently happening at this time, I think. So
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So it would be the Deathguard in the. I said the Ghoul Stars, didn't I? When we were discussing.
Yeah, is it the Ghoul Stars? You said. I think you said the Ghoul Stars. Is that because you're on about the area that Nurgle owns in space? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's the Ghoul Stars or the Ghoul Stars something else. I have to Google that.
Yeah, I said the Ghoul Stars, but I might be wrong.
Is it the Scourge Stars?
It might be the Scourge Stars.
I think the Ghoul Stars are a horrific place that no one goes to, even Chaos, because it's so bad.
Yeah. And I know that there's a Space Marine chapter in the Ghoul Stars, and they are kind of bad. In the sense that, have you read the Death Watch books?
No, I've only read the middle one actually.
Well, Shadowbreaker.
It's the one where they fight off a bunch of Tyranids, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
they're
all of
mostly
it.
they're mostly about Tau. Actually, it's mostly
Yeah, that's
invading.
Yeah, that's Shadowbreaker.
Yeah, they're fighting the Tau Empire, and then the Tau Empire accidentally releases a bunch of Tyranids at the end.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Spoiler
Everyone
alert
fucking
for
dies.
a very old book at this point.
Yeah.
In the original book, the original Death Watch novel, you get introduced to all the squad members, including Leandro Karras, who is from the Death Spectres.
Oh
and,
yes.
And they do not have particularly good chapter practices when it comes to.
Is that the one who split their souls and tricked demons?
No, that's the Exorcist.
Oh, who's the Death Spectre one?
He's the he's the leader, the Psyker.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he not? Oh, he's being hunted by the demon, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
but because of the other guy. Yeah,
because of the
that's,
other guy, yeah.
That's what's confusing. Yeah, the other Psyker has done some weird shit and tricked the demon, and to get back at him, he's trying to take his brother over, who's the squad leader, to kill him. Okay, yeah, I remember. God, it's been a while since I read that book.
Yeah. Yeah, in the first book, the Death Spectres are shown to, well, they're shown to capture women from worlds that they rescue and take them to their chapter worlds so they can be bred to make the best candidates for Space Marines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's very chaosy.
Yeah, very chaosy, and yet they work for the Imperium.
Yeah, I've just read the Night Lord Omnibus, and they basically do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, in the Night Lord book, they literally kidnap pregnant women as well.
Yeah, they kidnap a pregnant woman. They kidnap a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's only one that's actually on screen, and then then they're making them all into applicants, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. I tell you what, everyone everyone that has read that book that I've talked to, yeah, you really feel for the Night Lords, and I'm like, I really do not feel for the Night Lords. They're like, well, you're not present for the bit where they took a bunch of psychers, flayed thousands of people around them, make them absorb their psychic energy as they died, then flayed them alive, and then kept them alive in absolute agony until the navigator killed them by staring at them.
Yeah, with her warp eye, yeah.
Which was also one of the most horrific ways to die. And you're like, these guys are not. I'm not very empathetic to these guys.
Yeah, but Usas, he's a very tragic character.
I will say Usas. I was like, fuck, like, because I can't remember his brother that does it, but when because the guy that's portraying him, I fucking loved him. I was like, he's my favorite one out of all of them. He seems the least fucked up. And then you get to the end, you're like, oh, you piece of shit. Like, I was like, you fucker. Like, you were the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Like, I felt that's the only guy I felt sorry to. It was Usaz. I was like, Jesus, he really hasn't done that much. He's treated like shit.
Yeah,
Poor bastard.
My favorite part of that series is the part where Usas goes, You know what, brother? I've been thinking about all of these crimes that I was supposed to have committed, and I know that I'm not the most reliable of people, but even I know that I couldn't have done all of them. Yeah,
Yeah, because he starts getting more clarity towards the end as well. Like,
yeah,
it's really great. Like, especially something like with Talos, like, brother, that what you just said made complete sense. And he's like,
yeah,
of course it did. Why wouldn't it? It's like, it's just good to have you back.
yeah,
Oh, it's just a shame. Oh, and then Talos, but like, oh, kills him and then believes everything is his fault. Oh, I was like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
he was tricked into that. It's also hilarious, like in one of the earlier books, where they go, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't take the gene seed of a chaos corrupted um brother,
Yeah.
but I would take the gene seed of any member of the first claw." And then one of them just goes, "Even whose ass?" He's like, "Well, okay, maybe not him."
Yeah. Poor
Yeah.
Uzas. I mean, it was cord corrupted, so meh,
Mm,
probably not worth anything. But you know, but now you have Decimus, who is now the new leader of the Night Lords, basically,
yeah, the new prophet.
and has, I think, in law, decimated the Elder.
Uh, yeah.
I don't know if he went and actually did that shit. I think
Last
he did.
the last I heard, the Night Lords were in a hit and run battle against the White Scars,
Oh, okay.
but like in a nebula,
Okay.
and I think the Night Lords were winning.
That is surprising. Because they never win at a fair fight. Especially the White Scars they're pretty strong
Yeah,
as a chapter.
but then it was all about ambushes, and it was the White Scars that were getting ambushed by the
That makes sense.
Night Lords.
They do love getting ambushed, those White Scars. It's
Yeah.
they go too damn fast. They're like,
Yeah,
we got to run straight at them. And it's like, dude, just think about it.
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, if it's the Scourge Stars, then we'll be saying the Scourge Stars.
Yeah, I'm just reading it now. Yeah, it's 3 Imperial star systems that fell. So yeah, it's the Scourge Stars.
Yeah.
The Ghoul Stars or something else.
Ghoul Stars is something else. So in the Scourge Stars, there are obviously worlds that are held by the Deathguard and Nurgle in general. And during the War of the Gods, Tzeentch demons did attack one of these worlds. And at the point that we're playing, the Deathguard and Nurgle demons have managed to push the Tzeentch demons back, but haven't quite, dealt with the corruption that Tzeentch has left there, all the crystals and that. And then the Iron Warriors and the Imperium turn up. Just so you know, the Iron Warriors are not working with the Imperium.
They would never.
Actually, during the War of the Beast, they did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, only the proof that they are better than the Imperial Fists, but
Oh well. Okay, that makes sense.
Also, during the War of the Beast, the Imperial Fists were wiped out to a man, but
Oh, poor Fisty boys. They always get a rough time with that kind of like the Imperial Fists.
Yeah. The War of the Beast is such a weird story because the Imperial Fists get wiped out to a man, so they had to rebuild the original chapter, taking what is it?
Probably took several
Members
years.
of their successor chapters.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, basically the War of the Beast is, well, it's also the story where Vulcan just disappears. He appears and then rugby tackles a orc into a war generator
Yep.
and
And
disappears.
that was the last we've seen of him, yeah.
Yeah, last we've seen of him. But you know, it's also the story where we get the character named Slaughter from the Imperial Fists.
Okay.
He was the last remaining member of the original Imperial Fists, so obviously became the chapter master, and then he dies at the end.
Oh, okay.
So there are, like I said, there are no original Imperial Fists in the Imperial Fist chapter now.
Well, you could say that about all of them, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Apart
people.
Oh yeah, even Dante. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically with the Primaris stuff, there's some of the Primaris Marines are people from like the heresy who were frozen and then turned into Primaris.
Yeah, there's a couple around.
Yeah.
Captain Felix. Fuck
Captain
you.
Captain Felix was not a heresy Marine. He was a child during the heresy.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was a child. It was like just after the heresy.
No wonder he's such a little bitch.
Also, if you've read the Dawn of Fire books, you'll know that the Primaris that were made by Cool are flawed in the way that they have no real what's the term? Creativity, or yeah. They tend to just rely on glorious last stands rather than, you know, actually trying to win the fight or retreating to survive another day.
Oh, really? They refuse to retreat?
Basically.
Black Templars.
Yeah. So it gets mentioned a lot, like especially by characters who are you know what is it? Firstborn Marines. They go, you do realise you are worth a lot more than all of these guardsmen, right? So if you need to, you should be retreating and saving as many of your lives as possible, rather than just throwing them away. And then the Primaris are like, I don't understand this. I don't understand why we shouldn't be throwing ourselves at the enemy. It's like, you're supposed to be a surgical strike force, not a, you know.
Not here to hold the line. You're here to do specific tasks.
Yeah. But yeah, it's always a lot of fun when you see them being like, what's happened here? But yeah, so
yeah, they're gonna get absolutely slaughtered.
Oh yeah, it's always funny, especially when you get like Primaris versus original Space Marine, Chaos Space Marines, because the Chaos Space Marines are like, they're tougher to kill than the Firstborn, but also they're easier to kill than the Firstborn because the Firstborn actually think.
Yeah, and they are massively inexperienced as well.
Yeah, this is
Which is absolutely great.
yeah. The a lot of the Chaos Space Marines just turn around and like, dude, you're just a robot.
Yeah.
As soon as I figure out your programming, I can just defeat you like easily.
I like the way the Deathguard didn't notice.
Yeah.
That's canon. Because the Deathguard are so tough, they just didn't notice that the people that they were shooting at were slightly tankier than the previous ones they've been killing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, but they're still not tanky as us, so we don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
As they wade through bolt of fire. I love it.
I did also love how in the Plague Wars series that there was that Primaris Marine who was in was it the Nova Marines?
Oh yeah, I actually liked him.
I did like him as well, but like he ended up working with some Grey Knights.
Yes.
And he was like, he was talking to one of the other Primaris Marines. And he's like, "Have you noticed that they don't have any Primaris over there in that particular chapter? What do you think that is?" He was like really suspicious of A, all the Firstborn in general, and B, the Grey Knights, which I mean, in the Godblight book, he doesn't seem to mention them at all. So I'm guessing they mind wiped him afterwards.
Maybe he was almost, if I remember rightly, wasn't he in a bunker and it collapsed and he got buried under a bunch of rubble after that? Or his whole squad died. Yep.
Yeah, that might
and
be.
I'm pretty sure most of those Grey Knights died. I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, but they did manage to stop typhus.
Yeah, there's one of them lives who's the captain. The captain manages to wound typhus, and then that's what causes them to retreat.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure 3 Grey Knights died because they're fighting the Death Shroud. They're fighting Typhus's personal Death Shroud.
Oh yeah. Let's be honest here. Anybody who's wearing Terminator armor is going to be a difficult fight to get.
Yeah, the Death Shroud are also fucking weird in the they're like really special as well. Like in the Lord of Silence book, the chapter master of the warband, the Lord of Silence, he's been writing memoirs for 9 months straight, and he's forgotten that he literally doesn't feel time pass because of his Nurgle base. So he's just been doing this for like 9 months straight. And he's supposed to have a meeting with Mortarion. And literally one of the Death Shroud goes, "You've been writing for a long time." And he's like, "What the fuck?" Turns around, he's like, "I'm sealed in my private chambers, in my fortress." And this guy is like, "How did he even get in here? The door's not even open." What the fuck?
But if I remember correctly, there's some. I don't know whether it's lore or whether it's rumor, but the Death Shroud are Mortarion's chosen, and so he sends them out to be the bodyguards of the leaders of all of the different warbands, but also they are sort of like his kind of assassins, so that if the person decides to try and betray him, he's got people around them that he can use to kill them.
Yeah. So they're very interesting. The Death Shroud. They're above normal Terminators, at least.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love the Death Shroud. They're very meta at the minute.
Well, I mean,
mostly because the normal Terminators are kind of meh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I can't wait until Cat gets some Terminators of her own.
Space Marine Terminators can go fuck themselves there. They're strong. Well, yeah, they are strong as fuck. You can get free war gear, so you can give them a shield, which gives them 4 wounds each, and then you can give them a thunder hammer as well. That's flat 3 damage. It's disgusting, and I don't like it, and I feel like they need to go fuck themselves.
I think at some point we're probably going to have 3 lots of Terminators fighting each other.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely bringing Terminators.
Yeah,
I love the Terminators.
I'll definitely be getting some Terminators for my army at some point because I've been wanting them for a while. I just never got around to buying them.
Ah, okay.
Because I've got Chaos Chosen at the moment, but I don't really like
they're
them.
really good.
They're really good, but I don't really like them.
I think they're really good rules wise, aren't they? Everyone brings Chosen. They're like the biggest thing Chaos Space Marines have.
Yeah.
People were saying they're actually too cheap points wise, and they need to be nerfed.
Yeah.
I haven't played against them. Let's have a look at data sheets. Chosen. What do you do? Oh, they don't have an invuln though.
Well,
I thought they were Terminators. They're not.
no.
They're just normal Marines.
Yeah. Chosen and Terminators are sort of classified as the same thing, but they're completely different because obviously Chosen are just normal Marines that more like Deathguard veterans for the normal.
Okay, I've just seen their
Marines.
ability. Yeah, okay. They can advance and charge. They can no, it's worse than that. They can shoot and charge while advancing or falling back.
Fun.
Wow. Okay. What guns can I have? Oh, they can get plasma pistols. Okay. Yep. And what's the strength of their weapon? Okay. They get cursed weapons, strength 5, -2, flat 1. It's not too bad, but it is twin linked.
Yeah.
So they're re-rolling all wound. Yeah, okay, that might be pretty strong for. What's the limitations? Okay. Oh, that's not that bad. I don't think they're that bad.
Yeah.
Just being advancing and charging is advanced shooting charging is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that bad.
But yeah. I'm more of a fan of the aesthetics of Terminators, so I'll probably get some Chaos Terminators at some point.
Yeah, their Chaos Terminators are fucking great.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous with Abaddon.
I especially like the helmet with the tusks.
Yeah, the Tusk helmet is cool.
Yeah. Can't beat a Tusky helmet.
Oh, whenever they make a Dark Pact, they can just reroll hits. That's actually strong as fuck.
Is that Terminators or is that Chosen?
That's Terminators.
Oh yes.
So, what you're always going to be making a Dark Pact because you've just got to pass leadership, and you've just got to roll above a 6 on 2d6.
Yeah.
And then you can get like sustained or lethal. So you've got sustained or lethal while re-rolling all hits.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. Can I get chain fists? Curse weapons again? Power fists? Can you have them all with power fists? That would be crazy.
Usually when I make Terminators, I give them chain fists.
So for every 5 models in this unit can have 1 cursed weapon placed with a chain fist. But for every 5 models in this unit, 3 of them can have 1 power fist. So you can have, if it's a squad of 10, you can have 6 power fists and 2 chain fists. And then cursed weapons if you wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Are you any good? You don't have any like unique Iron Warriors characters, do you?
There are no unique
Iron
Iron Warriors characters.
You don't have Hanzo, whatever his name is?
Well, he is a unique character, but he's not got a model.
Oh, he doesn't have a model, yeah.
Yeah, no models
That's what
or
I
rules.
meant. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, Iron Warriors do not have any unique characters for actual gameplay purposes.
Wow, that's so weird.
In fact,
But yeah,
actually,
they've got Blackheart. Blackheart's a character.
yeah, the only factions that currently have unique characters are the Black Legion, um, the creations of Bile, but also Emperor's Children through Bile,
Yeah.
and the Red Corsairs.
Yeah, Huron.
Yeah, with Euron Blackheart.
Who is actually kind of a beast.
He is. He should be the War Master. Let's be honest. Abaddon has not succeeded for long enough that he should be replaced by Huron.
Well, you say he hasn't succeeded, mate. Half the galaxy has been ripped apart by chaos.
yeah.
Cadia finally fell.
Cadia did fall.
So, I don't know. He's done a lot.
Yeah, that is very recently, though.
It's very recently, but he has done it.
Yeah.
And he's favoured by all the gods, so, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And he did also skin Erebus, so.
I didn't know that. That makes me like him more.
Did you not know Abaddon did that? Oh no, it wasn't. It was Horus. It was Horus.
Oh yeah, Horus did it.
Yeah, I'm wrong. It was Horus. I'm pretty sure he has bitch slapped Erebus or something.
Yeah.
He has done something to Erebus.
Erebus follows Abaddon, like, you know, he seems to worship the ground Abaddon walks on. At least to Abaddon's face.
Yeah, he's a snidey little bastard.
Oh yeah. He is most definitely not the nicest person to be around.
No, yeah, he's a dick. Just ask Khan.
Yeah. Just ask Argutel. Oh wait.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah. Although it does lead to the greatest moment ever. Get up.
Yeah. He teleported out, which was not unexpected, but still disappointing.
Yeah.
Ran like a little bitch.
Which is pretty much every encounter of him after that in the Heresy. And some of them before as well, actually.
Yeah.
Because he does that on Calf. He uses Calf to... He uses Calf to start the Ruin Storm. And then before anybody has a chance to actually find him and stop him or take him out, he just teleports away.
Yep. He's a coward.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
I do know that he turns up in the latest Dawn of Fire book.
Oh, really?
No, not the latest one. The one before that, he turns up in, like right at the very end.
He's still around, fucking stuff up.
Yeah, because the sort of main villains of the Dawn of Fire are this group called the Hands of Abaddon.
Okay.
And Erebus is one of them.
Oh,
So,
is it really? Okay.
Yeah, Erebus is one of them. One of them is a Deathguard character. I can't remember his name. He's definitely a Nurgle Marine though.
Yeah, I don't know who he is because if he's a Black Crusade, he'll be a Black Crusader rather than a Nurgle follower.
Yeah.
Well, he can still be both, but obviously he'll be more on the lines of Abaddon.
One of the Hands of Abaddon is a mortal sorcerer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. In fact, that's the one that you see the most of. Tenebris.
Okay.
He's in the second book, and then pretty much every other book that involves a Hand of Abaddon, he is the Hand of Abaddon in that book.
Okay.
Apart from, when I said because they have the meetings of the hands, yeah, they have the meetings of the hands, and I think there's like 7 of them.
Nurgle's number.
Nurgle's number. Hence why one of them is a Nurgle Plague Marine.
Yeah, exactly. He knows, mate. He's taken over. Nurgle's life.
I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it was a Plague Surgeon as well.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
Oh. I wonder. Google.
In fact, I'm going to Google it. Hands of Abaddon.
Is that hounds or hands?
Hand. Lexiconum is not up to date on Hands of Abaddon.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Apparently he's a Black Legion sorcerer, but I'm pretty sure he's a mortal sorcerer. Obviously aligned with the Black Legion, but yeah, because he's definitely not a Space Marine from the way he's described in the books.
It doesn't say. It just says he's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
On the wiki. Well, that's cool. But Cor Ferron. Is Cor Ferron still alive? I thought he was dead, wasn't he?
Cor Ferron's still alive. He turns up in the books as well.
Oh, damn. He's still kicking about. Christ. Yeah, apparently Tenebris is massively mutated. And Cor Ferron speculates that he takes too much from the Chaos Gods and gives too little.
Yeah. It's funny because there's one point where he summons a, I don't know whether it's Kairos or whether it's just a Lord of Change, but he summons a greater demon of Zinch to get information.
Yeah.
And then after that, he when he after the whole sacrifice and everything, he's lifts up his robe and he's got a new section of tentacles that have just mutated from him. And so he quickly gets a knife and starts cutting them off and then uses them to create a potion or something. And then he passes out.
Well, at least he's cut him off.
Yeah.
Unlike the Deathguard, who would be like, "Oh, a new blessing! I'm favoured." I love it.
Yeah, but in this particular case, it's a blessing from Zinch.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Deathguard would probably have cut them off as well.
They probably would have incinerated the Marine.
Yeah.
Been like the Great Deceiver. You betrayed. Saying that weirdly, I think Nurgle has like the most like human mutations. So like people well, actually no, Zinch still probably has the most human mutations, but he has he's the one of the lowest ones to actually create spawns. So though you might grow like tentacles and things, but you'll probably not be overpowered with gifts to the point where you turn into a chaos spawn.
Yeah, I think obviously
I think Khorne's at the bottom, but it's Khorne, Nurgle, Slanesh, then Zinch. But the difference between the two top ones and the two bottom ones are massive.
Yeah, Zinch would just make you a spawn just for a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. He's a dick.
Yeah, like you may have done everything that he wanted you to do to a T, and yet then he just goes, "All right, here you go, become a spawn." Literally the worst person.
Yeah. Well, the flash change was even before that.
Yeah.
So, it's just awful. I don't know why anyone would go with the Great Deceiver.
Oh, I don't know.
Goddamn nerds.
Magic.
You don't have magic with the others, apart from Khorne.
Yeah. Yeah, but also, being able to change people's ways.
Well,
or turning people into crystal. That's
you can stop time. That's also pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean the flames of Zinch do not do what flames would normally do. They do anything they want to the person that gets hit by them.
Yeah, it's completely random what you affect this. It's usually horrible mutation.
In fact, I'm currently rereading Farsight Crisis of Faith.
Oh yeah.
And one of the characters in there is a Tau that's possessed by Zinch demon.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and he uses the Flames of Zinch spell on some Space Marines.
Oh damn! Okay.
One of them just completely melts, and another one turns into like glass. He does this in front of like 3 members of the Tau Water class. The Tau Water cast, and they're like, "Oh, you've mastered Imperial mind science. We will promote you. I can lie for you because obviously this character has lost the ability to lie after being possessed by a demon of Zinch.
Oh really? Can I not lie?
Yeah, this character cannot lie.
Well, that's really interesting.
I think that was Zinch's way of messing with that character.
Is the character or the demon that can't lie? Like, is it the Tau or the?
Okay. I think it's both.
That's really weird.
The implication is at that point it's the demon has fully taken over.
Yeah.
But earlier on in the book, the Tau character is like, why can't I lie? I don't understand why I can't lie. I used to be able to lie, now I can't. What's happened? I can't tell you what did happen. He touched the Gellerfield generator because it had some goo on it. He went to wipe it off with his thumb, and then he got thrown across the room by the Gellerfield generator.
He touched some stuff he did not understand.
Yes. And literally, as he reaches out to it, a Earthcast person was like, Earthcast scientist was like, don't touch it, don't touch it. And yeah, he's already touched it by the time he said, don't touch it.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't understand what a Gellerfield generator is anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's why they were, what was it? Investigating it. Yeah, they take it off a panel, and he was reading it, and basically inside the Gellerfield generator were the bones of saints.
Okay.
And the panel they take it off was saying that it had the remains of Saint Geller in it,
Okay.
and yeah, so he was reading that, and then obviously, like I said, there was a bit of junk over one of the words. He just reaches out to get rid of it. No,
And that was him possessed and done.
now then he got possessed.
He's pretty much over once you get possessed in 40k.
Yeah.
Like, the best you could hope for is like becoming a possessed, where you cohabit the body, but and your mind sort of merges as one. But yeah, it doesn't usually happen that way.
No. You either need to be of a particular level of will or a particular level of faith, I believe.
Yeah, like sisters can't really get possessed. Apart from like the newest one with the murder plague or whatever it was by Korn, but
yeah,
that's more of a unique case, I would say, because I'm pretty sure the planet blew up anyway.
yeah. Korn got off his chair and smashed the planet in two.
Yeah.
And released the murder curse. If you've read the Angron book for have you read the Angron book for Arcs of Omen?
No, I haven't read any of the Arcs of Omen stuff.
At the same time that Angron was smashing the thing that was keeping him up at night, there were 8 other murders that are happening.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
They all happened at the same time, and then you get to read it in this bit where it's like one of the murders actually was a Necron Pharaon murdering someone.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me. Probably another Necron.
No, I think it was a human they were fighting, or maybe an Eldar, one of the two.
Okay.
They were fighting something. There was a guardsman who'd murdered someone. There's just a random murder on the street of one planet.
Do you think there would be like just murders happening all the time with how much war and people there are?
Yeah, no, it's weird that these 8 were, particularly special, but then they are all also like named, like not the characters themselves, but the figures that these characters represented.
Okay. How do you mean?
I don't have the Abaddon book on me at the moment, so I can't say. But like one of them was like the Conqueror, and another one was like the Vagrant or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a bit weird because you think just people die ridiculous. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of death, especially if you think just hive cities and something.
Yeah. You got to remember that in 40k, like every hive has an underhive, and every underhive is just completely overrun with gangs.
Yeah, exactly.
And the underhive is all where all the people who form cults go to.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm surprised. Yeah, there must be like constant. So I'm surprised that this happened at the same time.
Yeah. But yeah, these 8 murders plus Angron murdering a world led to Khorne smashing the world as well.
Yeah. Big Daddy Corn actually got out of his chair for once.
Yeah.
Got out of his armchair on the porch.
The funniest part for me in that book is when Korn gets up, Angron senses it, and he's like, deep down, like, in his soul, he wants to turn around and face this new threat.
Okay.
At the same time, he physically can't. And that's when Korn then smashes the planet in two.
I thought Angron already died in the explosion of the thing blowing up.
It was like in that exact moment of it happening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he did feel peace for that moment when it blew up.
I was going to say, yeah, when he's respawning, doesn't he feel peace?
He actually feels pain whilst he's respawning, but right after his death, he feels peace.
Oh, okay.
For like 10 seconds.
10 seconds and then just back to agony of having. Does he have to like rebuild himself or something?
I don't know whether he
blasted back into warp stuff.
I don't know whether he rebuilds himself or he gets rebuilt by Korn. I did actually find something funny about Korn in the Age of Sigmar as well.
Oh yeah.
So in the Age of Sigmar, there was a floating city of wizards, and it was under siege by forces of Korn. And obviously, as it's a floating city of wizards, they were winning the war. And it pissed Korn off so much that he actually got out of his chair then and punched the city out of the sky. Like this giant red fist just came out of the sky and punched the city, and it crashed it down to earth.
And I bet all the Korn berserkers were like, "Hey, now we can actually get in there," and then absolutely slaughtered everyone.
And they absolutely slaughtered everyone there. Yeah.
Sounds about right. Korn.
My favorite part though is like when you think about it, Korn just used sorcery.
Not really. If he's physically manifesting to punch something.
Yeah,
not
true.
Really. Same thing.
Yeah.
But hey, he's Korn. He's a big boy. He punches things and screams really loud.
Yeah.
I did love when in the omnibus, the Night Lord's omnibus, where they try to get Talos to pick a Chaos God, and he sees basically himself as each of each of the gods talk to him, but like as him, as if they were he was their worshippers. And it gets to Korn, and he's just like can't stop moving. He's like it's just an energetic like ADHD child that can't stand still.
My favorite part of that scene is when the Nurgle one just turns up and just goes, "I have nothing for you. You have nothing for me. I'm only here out of obligation."
Yeah, like Nurgle. I was a bit weird at that. And Nurgle was like, "Yeah, you won't ever worship me, and I don't have any use for you. So bye." And just fucking leaves.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, Nurgle. Okay." He's like, "I know where I'm beat. I know when it's not going to work." Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't make you sick, so.
Yeah. Out of the four gods, I think Nurgle is probably the most sensible.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because like Korn will just throw as many forces at a problem as he can. Zeech will backstab himself as many times as stabs everyone else.
Yeah.
And
Slaanesh is most of the time is not really interested in conflict. Is more interested in like making cultists and debauchery groups and things.
Yeah,
like sex cults and stuff. And then Nurgle's just like war of attrition, baby.
Yeah, like
I'll grind you down.
Like Nurgle and Korn have fairly similar tactics in that they both use the war of attrition, but Nurgle also uses magic, so
yeah.
He has a bit of an edge.
Nurgle's magic's bullshit at some points.
Yeah.
It's in the Lord of Silence book, they have the foul blightspawn. Is it foul blightspawn? Yeah, it's the they're basically foul blightspawns that make up all the like they're masters at like chemical warfare. They make up all the disgusting plague chemicals and stuff, or like just chemical weapons.
Yeah.
And this guy basically, when he got turned into a plague marine, he was like, "Yeah, first I was depressed because maggots ate my eyes out."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why has Nurgle done this to me? I was faithful to him and all this." But then Nurgle blessed me by giving me eyes under my skin, and now I can see everything to do with decay. So I can see the slightest crack or decay in anything. Like, and he literally walks up to like this fortress that they're gonna attack, this Astra Militarum compound. He's like, I can see the cracks in the walls. I can see the whole wall, but I can like look directly into its weak points that have weakened that like overall over through time.
Yeah.
But I can see it on such a minute scale. He's like, this is the weakest point, and he just touches the wall, and he disintegrates the entire fortification. Like, just burns a hole through it by touching it. Doesn't pump a chemical into it. He just touches it, and it just rots and decays, and the whole thing falls apart. And I'm like, this guy ain't even a sorcerer. It's just it's a normal dude that works with chemicals.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how ridiculous some of Nurgle's stuff is.
Gotta love it.
I gotta love me Nurgle boys. Let's put it right. But back to the Crusade, though.
Back to the Crusade.
So the hour-long tangent has
the hour-long tangent. Yeah.
Half of the course.
So back to the Crusade. So obviously, the Iron Warriors are there to get revenge for Mortarion screwing them up. Well,
it was a fair fight.
Fucking them up.
It was a war.
Fucking them up.
They just happened to lose.
Yeah. Because he wanted to get a, was it prophecy? It is a prophecy altar on this world. That was held by the Iron Warriors, and the Deathguard fucked them over. Like,
well, they weren't just going to fork it over, so you know.
Oh yeah, exactly. But from what I've read, they didn't even ask; they just went and tried to take it. And considering that Mortarion and Perturabo have worked together in the past to make things. Like the Obliterator virus.
Oh, was that actually a joint effort, was it?
Yeah. That was a joint effort between Perturabo and Mortarion. Because obviously it's a actual virus, so it's a plague, therefore it needs the plague god. But also it then does things that the Iron Warriors like. Like turning people into a giant pile of guns.
Sorry, I'm just reading a brief description of War and Rust of Ruin.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Damn, so the Iron Warriors were winning at the beginning.
Yeah.
Quite well, and then the sickness, plagues and stuff came, and couldn't outlast it.
Exactly.
Attrition, damn.
Like you said, the war, a war of attrition is Nurgle's best tactic.
Yeah, it's also sort of cheating that he can corrupt machines as well as people. So you can rust all your machines, even your demon engines and stuff. You can rust.
Yeah.
And machine spirits can be corrupted by Nurgle. Become sick in themselves and slow.
Yeah.
Just die. He's pretty redonkulous. That's why I love him. All hail the grandfather.
But yeah, so us Iron Warriors are getting revenge for the War of Rust and Ruin. The Imperials are getting revenge for the Plague Wars. And the Deathguard are just trying to survive.
I did Deathguard like, get off my land. Get out of my garden. Get off my lawn. So
you know how long it took me to cultivate this plague garden?
Exactly. I've already had Zinch, Khorne, and Slash demons running about ruining it.
Yeah.
So I've just started to get rid of all the crystal formations from Zinch, and now I've got you lot coming in. God. Just let me plant my trees.
Yeah.
I've got enough fetid narwhals for everyone. Just calm down. I was thinking though, for the first couple of games, because obviously you've never played 10th, have you?
I've never played 10th.
But I don't think there'll be too much of a problem. But Cat's never played 40k in general.
Yeah.
So if we go into a Crusade, if it plays anything like the old Crusades, we get XP and stuff for beating each other. But then we're at an unfair advantage against Cat because we know the system. So does Cat want to go against like a not scripted, but like so the Imperials touch down and go against like the local wildlife? Like if I run like a set of plague demons or something for in like a 500-point skirmish and things like that.
I mean,
because you get XP and thing, you can in
Yeah.
Crusade snowball quite quickly by getting XP and relics and things. So
Yeah. That's up to Cat whether she would like that.
I have honestly no idea.
I think it'd just be better to play like if I write because if I pick just Nurgle demons, they're pretty weak anyway. But like I'm not make a more of a narrative list, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
So it's not. I can tone the power down deliberately rather than us throwing our lists at her, and we know the system, so we already have an advantage. That way, you can gain XP, and we can tell more of a narrative about from the Imperials' perspective coming down.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we're in this system, but we don't fucking know what's going on with the Scourge Stars. It's all Nurgle heresy. We don't. Go touch down and find out what's going on, or where the strongholds are, what life forms there are. Well as I feel like the Iron Warriors, they know what's going on. They can walk with demons. They're pretty into it.
Yeah, we've probably been there before.
Probably, yeah. So we can do that sort of stuff. And then we can, once the system's sort of taught, then we can face off against each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound good?
That sounds good, yeah. If we do a sort of like combat patrol sized game.
Yeah, what points are you starting on? Just like 500?
I think I don't know whether they changed it for 10th edition Crusade, but I think you start off with 1,000 points.
Oh, do you? Okay.
You start off with 1,000 points, but you play 500-point games. At least.
Oh, so your roster will be 1,000 points, yeah.
Yeah.
So how it works is, if it's anything like the old one, is you have your warband and you make a list. Well, not a list. You just put units into the warband that you like. But when it comes to the battles, they'll be limited more in points. So you can only take 500 points worth with you, and then basically, you get 1 XP. Like all of your units that take part in the battle get an XP for just being in the battle. So it's decide what you want to take and level up, and if you want to level up all your 1,000 points by taking multiple different things into different battles and things. But you get, I think you get XP for. This is the old system. This is ninth. You get XP for if you kill 3 units. If your unit kills 3 other units, you get an extra XP for level that unit, and then they can get traits and things.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But if your unit is wiped out, you have to do if they're like a badly injured check or something like that, where if you roll like a 1, it used to be, you get like a negative trait for being, which you can use special points to get rid of and things, but they get battle damage and battle injured over time and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. It's quite a good system. I quite liked it.
Yeah. I've always been interested by it. It's just that up until recently, I haven't really had a reason to get into it.
Yeah, when I did it though, it was far less sort of narrative. It was just everyone trying to just play random games and level up.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I really enjoyed the system. It's just with work and everything, I didn't get a lot of games. So then I fell massively behind, and some of the traits that you can get late game are really, really powerful. And so I was then just getting absolutely bodied. I was just like, well, he's like, I've got this guy's now a legendary character and has 4 different traits on top of it, and I'm like, okay, well, my guy hasn't leveled up once, and I played an off-meta list, and they're all playing their meta stuff, and I was like, oh, well, I made a whole narrative list, and then just got completely bodied. So,
and but this is obviously going to be a narrative campaign, and it is going to take us through the entire year for this. So hopefully we do get in quite a few games over that year.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. So obviously, if we do it for the entire year, then it gives us more chance. Whereas, like with the last season where we did it only ever, let's be honest, a few months. It took us a couple of months just to get our stuff ready, didn't it?
Yeah, basically.
So
and learn a whole new system as well.
Yeah, learn a whole new system.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'd love to get down the narrative route, and but today. Right. God, I haven't even been up like a lot today. I'm really done, I think. But yeah, what are you thinking of terrain and stuff?
Well, I'll have to sort something out, but I'll probably get some of the like Imperium stuff, but then get some stuff like the fake trees and stuff like that. But also want to get some like crystalline formations as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is the war between Nurgle and Tzeentch has only just ended when this one takes place. So
so it's the two corruptions clashing with each other.
Yeah.
So you have like a Nurgle garden with like big spires of like crystal coming out of the ground.
Yeah. Or like a spire of crystal with like vines like trying to wrap around it, and like maybe some fine cracks in it where the vines are like trying to squeeze it to death.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. But
a lot of this, because I've actually got a list of systems here of what is in the Scourge Stars. Although one of the systems, what is it? The Verminox system doesn't have any known worlds. But the other two systems are completely documented, apparently.
Ooh.
So there's the Rockgrave system and the Noxious system. And there's it's interesting. There's like shrine worlds, and because obviously this all used to be Imperial. There's like feral worlds, mining worlds, agri worlds, hive worlds, industrial worlds, shrine worlds. There's one that's a naval base that's been taken over. So if you want to go for something like a shrine world and get like shrine tech, like because I think shrine stuff's pretty easy to get.
Yeah.
Or you want to go with. It depends what theme you really want to go with. You want to go with like an industrial theme where there's like there can be pipes and things
I think both
running around.
I think both Shrine World and Industrial World are the two easiest ones to do.
Yeah, okay.
So, what we'll talk more about it and think about it. But yeah, we'll definitely decide by the time that we actually start playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it.
So am I.
How
about you, Kat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I understand much of it at the moment, but
I honestly think 40k is far easier to understand than
Kill Team.
I've lost Kill Team. That's the one. Then Kill Team
Yeah.
is because there's no like flipping on who's doing what and stuff like that. Especially in 10th. 10th has been changed to get new players in, so it's a lot more simple.
Yeah.
Than 9th was. It's been simplified a lot. Especially Space Marines, because you can pick up index cards now. Well, just not the index cards, but you can get cards now that have basically what your unit does, all the weapons that they can have, and their abilities are just on this card.
Yeah.
And so you can go like, oh, you can just pick this card and go, oh, that unit, everything that it does, all of its information is just on this tiny little data card. Done.
Yeah.
So you don't have to keep looking up rules and things.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is a lot better.
You especially don't have to flip through pages and pages and pages of stuff. And then flip back through the pages to get to another rule, and then you flip back again.
Yeah, there seems like, especially with different weapon types or weapon damage in Kill Team, there's like tons of different like how weapons can be like blast weapons and like shred and all this sort of stuff. And you're like, that doesn't happen. You're just like, this gun is this powerful. It shoots this many times. Roll to see if it hits. Does it wound anything? Done. That's literally it. There's no counter. There's no like parries or any of this in melee. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Not easy to understand.
Yeah.
Everything's done on a D6.
Yeah.
It is really simple.
It is.
So I as much as issues I have with 10th, there are a couple of issues. Especially at the beginning. Jesus Christ. One of the worst edition openings I've ever seen. But yeah, it's getting there, I think.
I think when more codexes come out and more stuff.
Yeah, when the codex is done, they're not too bad. But
yeah.
And these codexes haven't been, like Space Marines haven't been broken.
Yeah.
They've got some, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff in there that I'm like, that mixed together is like really strong. For instance, Wings of Sanguinius now for Blood Angels, the psychic power, because there's no psychic phase anymore. It's just an ability that the Dreadnought Librarian has. And what it does, though, which is sort of what I don't like, psychic power's gone, really. But it does, because I really like the psychic phase as well. Like me and you were both playing armies that were really heavy into psychic phase.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit shame that's gone. But what Wings of Sanguinius now does is if there's an infantry unit next to the librarian, he can just teleport them anywhere on the board. He can just deep strike them, and he can do that turn 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, you can only do it with infantry. And I was like, yeah, but that's any infantry. You can have a squad of like 10 Terminators just deep striking instantly 9 inches away from something. Turn 1. Like, that's crazy strong, isn't it? Like
the only way that could be worse is the pyroblasters, flamers squad.
Oh yeah,
deep striking those. 9 inches
so away. What the Blood Angel guy that I fought did to me was he teleported this. I can't remember they're called. They're in Gravis armor. They're a new type of Primaris. But they all have melter guns.
Oh,
And
the I know what they are.
yeah. I can't remember if they're an executioner squad or something.
Something like that,
Extermination
yeah.
squad. But yeah, he teleported them 9 inches. Bear in mind, he got turn 1, so I hadn't moved yet or done anything.
Yeah.
He teleported them basically right next to my tank, and their own special rule is that they re-roll all hits, all wounds, and all damage when firing at a vehicle. The
Oh,
whole squad. And all of them have melter guns.
yeah.
So he's hitting me on 3s, re-rolling everything. Wounding me, I think he was wounding me on 5s and 6s, but re-rolling everything, and then he can re-roll the damage as well.
Yeah. That's
I was just like, how is that not broken? You can re-roll everything.
yeah.
So, needless to say, my tank died instantaneously. Just got one shot across the map. So, yeah, but there's things like that I'm just like, yeah, that seems a little too strong. But
at the moment, at the moment, that doesn't seem to be something that might happen, but that depends on whether Kat decides that she wants to go with Blood Angels or not.
So that sounds great. She's like writing down, like making notes. She's like, what were these units you talking about? What's the name of them? Yeah. Or there's the Necron monolith. I've heard is a problem. I haven't gone against it because I haven't been playing that much lately. Apparently, the data slate is coming next Thursday. Apparently, but the Necron monolith can deep strike turn 1 with one of the detachment rules.
And
it's 3 inches away, I think.
Yeah. Basically, what happened was LVO, the
Yes, yeah.
The
Las Vegas Open's going on.
Yeah, the two finalists. One was Eldar, and the other one was Necrons. And the Eldar player was thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm playing Eldar, I'm gonna win," and then monoliths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I can't even be mad at because fuck Eldar. But
oh yeah.
like that's one of the other things is Eldar have been the most broken. Like everyone's complained previously, like how bad they've been previously in other editions. This is they were probably the most broken in this one. They were unplayable again. When you've got a 75% win rate, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like that was horrendous. I don't know what they were thinking. That's just crazy.
The thing is that there's been a lot of times when it seems like Games Workshop are just giving Eldar really good rules to get away with the fact that they're not making them any new models.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't updated. They've updated orcs. Like orc models have had a resculpt, so I don't know why they haven't done them since they sell so much Eldar because they always do this bullshit.
They've done some Eldar. They've done the Guardians.
They've done the Incarn, the Yunari. Sorry, the Yunari. They've done.
Yeah. Some of the other things that they've done as well has been a bit updated, but yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one with Eldar. I don't know why they just don't update the sculpts, but
probably because not enough people play Xenos factions.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. I mean, they also made Gene Stealer cults broken for a bit as well, though. They were horrendous. That was also just dumb writing in the rules. That literally every battle line unit, which is like half their roster, instantly respawns.
Yeah.
It was like, what? And then everything else respawns on a 4-up.
Yeah.
So you just kill a tank and it just respawns. You're like, what was that about?
Yeah.
Why did they think that was a good idea?
See,
might not ever lose a unit.
At least with the Guard, it was only infantry units, wasn't it?
Yeah, there are. Well, it's only battle line units, I think.
Yeah, battle line, which
there is a couple of there's those horses were a problem for me with the whole, they get melter gun shots on charges where they're doing like -4 d6 damage on charge.
Yeah.
With lance as well, so they're +1 to wound it. And they were battle line, which I felt was a bit weird. It also annoyed me that those cav got it, but the Krieg cav was still really meh. And you're like, but the Krieg cav should. Have you seen the horse?
Yeah.
Like, that thing itself is a fucking monster. Like, okay.
Also, Sentinels get it.
Yeah, Sentinels get it. Again, strange, because Sentinels can get las cannons and things, and help really a lot. But they can't get it if they're battle shocked, is the only other thing.
Yeah.
Now, so if you battle shock them, it's kind of horrendous. But yeah. It's not too bad. It's all right. It's getting there, and like I said, the data slate's out next Thursday.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Apparently.
Even though they kept saying it was definitely coming in January. And it was quite funny, the memes that came out of it last week. Where people were asking on the I think it was on the what was it? Fucking the fantasy one.
Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar, that's the one. They were asking all of the Age of Sigmar threads, like, where's the data slate?
Yeah.
And no one on the PR department could answer where the data slate was coming.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely coming next week. There's a lot in it.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird. Because there's not too much that needs massive changes. But they're saying it's a massive data slate. And you're like, okay, what the fuck are you changing?
Yeah. Speaking of LBO, have you seen the reveals that they did?
No.
No.
Don't think so.
The new Kill Team box set, Nightmare, which is
Oh, is it the Night Angels versus
Night Lords versus Mandrakes?
Yes. Everyone's happy because they've actually stopped doing Mandrakes.
Yeah.
Which is really weird that they stopped making 40k Mandrakes, but then made them really popular in 40k, if that makes sense. So they stopped the model line like some time ago, but in 10th edition they're like, oh, you can literally run them and they're really good, but you can't buy them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So
but yeah, they do look cool. I've seen the Mandrakes. They do look dope, and the Night Lords also look really cool.
Yeah. There's for 40k. There's the Kroot box.
Oh, the Kroot army is coming. It's a whole army.
A whole army box, yeah.
No, it's a whole Kroot army. You can run a whole Kroot army separately.
Yeah,
that's Tau now. And the ones that the units they've revealed, they've said is only like half the roster.
Oh, nice.
That there's loads more coming.
Nice. I'll be honest with you. I kind of want new Vespids.
That's what everyone's saying. They're like, everyone's like, we just want Vespids.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Everyone's really excited about the Kroot. I think the Kroot do look dope, and I'm glad they're getting some love because they're pretty prominent in the Damocles Crusader books as well. The Kroot, as they should be. But they're actually like fighting some, like there's like 5 of them just overpower one Space Marine and kill it at one point. Yeah. You're like, Jesus, like, okay, so they're no pushovers.
There's Kroot in the Caiaphas Cain books as well. In the first Caiaphas Cain book, there's a Kroot. I think it's a Kroot shaper, but I'm not entirely sure. That saves Caiaphas Cain from being murdered by the Tau-loving humans that are on the planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then later on, the Kroot and Tau are doing an operation at the same time as the Imperials, which Caiaphas Cain is part of. And the two groups end up working together.
Oh, that's interesting. There was a it was in the what was his name? The head orc dude, Thraka.
Gazgul.
Gazgul. In the Gazgul book, because they're obviously interrogating. Is it Morkai? His little imp
Yeah.
that runs around with him.
Yeah.
They're interrogating him, but they bring in this fucking thing in a tank. It's like, what the fuck is this? And they cut off a bit of his skin, and they're gonna feed it to him. And it turns out it's a Kroot that's like just eats what it wants. It like has refused like the Shaper's wisdom, and it's just like it eats whatever, and it's just mutated into this like fucking sea creature. But it eats. I can't remember his name. The fucking little goblin that fucking follows Gazgul around. But it eats his flesh and it fucking dies.
Makari.
Makari, yeah. It eats Makari's flesh and fucking has a seizure and dies. Because Makari is interesting because he's actually can reincarnate.
Yeah.
So it can't handle the fact his basically bullshit orc powers fucking dies.
Well, my favourite part of Makari's story is one time he was brought back to life by Gazgul for a laugh. Like Gazgul literally killed him and brought him back to life just for his own amusement.
So it doesn't happen in the book. I think that's old lore.
All right.
Same with when they say that because the old lore was he died officially when Gazgul sat on him by accident.
Yeah.
But no, that doesn't happen. There's bits where basically him and Gazgul have an argument about what's the right path. Gazgul basically says like, "What the fuck are you? Like, how dare you? You're just like a what are they called? My brain is scrambled today. Yeah, you're just a grot. Like, you shouldn't even be talking to me in this way." And kills him basically. And refuses to resurrect him for a while because how it works is it's whatever grot Gazgul touches becomes him.
Oh yeah.
So he refuses to resurrect him, but a lot of Gazgul's lieutenants actually really like him.
Yeah.
So they keep bugging Gazgul to resurrect him. And so eventually he does. But I know he just said his name, but Mordecai? I keep thinking Mordecai. Makari. I keep thinking Mordecai for some reason. Which one really knows? Makari, because he still had Cygnus.
Is a what was it? Space Wolves thing.
Okay. But Makari's like still sulking, so he on purposely kills himself. He keeps keeps running into gunfire and things like that, like deliberately getting blown apart for a long time until Gaz reconciles with him, which is quite an interesting thing. Because Gaz brings it back, and he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna look at what I've achieved." This is at the second battle of Armageddon, actually, and it explains why Gazgul's left.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Look at what I've achieved here." He's like, "It's constant war and carnage." But the enemy won't be broken. It's like perfect, like equilibrium, like where orcs could just come and fight for a laugh and continuously fight against strong enemies. He's like, I want to make the whole galaxy this. You are right that I got stuck on this planet, like just overthinking that I needed to fucking kill Old One Eye. He's like, you're right. I got stuck on that. But the trouble is, you're a grot, and grots can't be right. So I ain't gonna say I'm sorry. And then somehow, even though he's like way from the front lines, some Lehman Russ tank comes out of nowhere and actually shoots Gaz. And Gaz is like, "All right, I get it. The gods is trying to tell me I'm sorry." And he actually tells him sorry. And then they just leave because Gaz is like, "We've got to do this, but everywhere." And so he goes off to make war literally everywhere. Yeah. That's why he just suddenly leaves Armageddon. That's the whole reason.
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, we've done it here. I don't need to win. I just need to make a big, massive war everywhere. Where this is just the start, which is quite cool. It was a funny book.
Yeah.
And it had the bloody Ogrin Psyker in it. Oh. There's an Ogrin that became a Psyker, and she was a badass, and she was being taught how to use psychic powers by the Space Wolf librarians. I can't remember what they're called, like Wolf Shamans or what they're called.
Rune Priest.
Yes, Royal Rune Priest, and one of the Blood Axes murders her in her sleep.
Yeah.
You're like the only Psyker Ogrin of the entire Imperium ever or in recorded history, and a Blood Axe just fucking bludgeons her to death in her sleep because they're fucking no one likes Blood Axes, including other orcs because they're so unorky.
So unorky.
Such an asshole. Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that is. Well, I did have one more thing for the LVO reveals to bring up.
Okay.
And that is the new Solar Auxilia for Horus Heresy.
Oh, I did. You know, right? I did see them. They look badass as well. I have seen these rules. Yeah, they look really cool. I do like the Solar Auxilia's look. They're all in like void suits, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all sick. Yeah, I really like them.
I've always said that if I was going to make a Imperial Guard army, I would use these Solar Auxilia models, but until now, it's always been too expensive.
Oh, Guard is hella expensive to build.
But Guard is hella expensive to build anyway, but like if I was going to go with Solar Auxilia, that would be even more expensive because prior to this, that was all resin.
Oh, okay.
Forge World resin.
Okay, yeah.
So I would have been spending like 60 quid on a group of infantry or something like that.
I wonder if they'll get. I mean, surely they'll have 40k rules, right? Even though it's Horus Heresy models.
All of the Horus Heresy stuff doesn't have 40k rules anymore.
Yeah, but they're two different systems. But
But
a lot of the Horus Heresy. Well, I think a couple of things you can transfer over, but I guess you could just play them as Guard. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to play them as Guard anyway.
Yeah. I was wondering if they were going to be because of how. Not like overall, like army rules and stuff would be obviously Guard rules, like orders and things. But I was more meaning like individual if they'll have their own support for model rules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might have to change them because, like, for instance, fucking what are they called? Gas Marks boys.
Krieg.
Krieg infantry has different rules to like a Cadian shock troop. So like they're their own like data cards, if that makes sense. They have their own rules.
Yeah.
For the unit. So I wonder if they'll do that, or you'll have to just run them as like Guard infantry.
Probably Guard infantry because I seem to remember reading in it in the article about the new Solar Auxilia that they wouldn't be getting any 40k rules.
Ah, that is a shame. Yeah, that is a damn shame.
A lot of the stuff that they're going to be releasing will, it says, however, that is where they will stay. The Horus Heresy design team intends to fully explore the Horus Heresy setting, and to do that while keeping a tight and healthy Warhammer 40k game system. There are no plans to write rules for using these miniatures in the 41st millennium. Of course, there's nothing stopping you from using compatible models in a regular Astra Militarum regiment, but they'll do their best work in the Age of Darkness.
Yeah, you'd have to just swap them out for regular troops. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing is that you got Lieben Russes and infantry, basically, command squads and that.
Yeah.
So
You just have them as infantry, though. I don't
Yeah.
think they'll need like unique tanks and stuff, will they?
The only other tank that they've got is the Malcador that's coming out in plastic as well,
Oh yeah, I've heard that come out.
which I believe does have Legends rules, the 10th edition. But obviously, the Legends rules are not necessarily good.
Yeah, they're not updated as much either. Legends rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed because a lot of all my old dreadnoughts stuff have gone into Legends.
Yeah.
So I can't run Contemptors in that anymore.
Yeah.
And I really like Contemptors as well. I think they're the best looking.
They're the best looking, yeah.
And I'm not allowed to have them anymore.
There's a lot of stuff that I wish was, about that's now not allowed. Like,
yeah.
any of the Horus Heresy tanks, for example.
I can sort of understand some of them not being around, but
yeah,
the vast majority I think would still be around.
I get that, the Imperium is lost a lot of their ability to create stuff after the Horus Heresy. And so, certain patterns wouldn't be available. But having a few of the, what are they, like Kratos tanks or whatever they're called. Okay, maybe it's only the first founding chapters that have any of them left. Or whatever. But, it would be nice to be able to take them.
Yeah. I mean, there's still stuff around from the real, from the heresy and stuff, so I don't see why they wouldn't. You're telling me not one single tank survived?
Yeah, exactly. Apparently none of the contenders have survived anymore either.
Which is bullshit, because in the Lord of Science book, I'm pretty sure it's a contemptor that they wake up in the basement. I mean, he's heavily mutated by Nurgle, to the point where I think the front of the helmet bits come off. You can see into sarcophagus, that's open, and his actual the Space Marine's face is there, his whole head, and he actually eats people, physically eats them.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's an old contemptor. He's still down there. And there's also what about the one that wrote the basically the Bible? That was the old world bearer.
Yeah,
he's a contemptor.
The anchorite.
Yeah, he's a contemptor.
I was about to bring him up, yeah.
So I feel like it's just for balance, so they don't have too many units to write for, I guess. But at the same time, I miss my contemptor boys. I need to get some.
See, it's also I'd written. I had planned at some point to do my own Space Marine chapter.
Yeah,
and I had written down all of the chapter command and all of the what are they? The sub commands. I can't remember what they're called now. Company commands. That's it. Each one would have a fuck's sake, friend, shut up. Each one of them would have a dreadnought attached to them.
Okay.
And I also included a Contemptor, a Leviathan, and a Derridair.
Okay.
and obviously now none of those can actually be used in that. Well, they can because they've still got Legends rules, but they can't really because their Legends rules would be shit.
But yeah, I don't necessarily know if they're terrible.
Yeah,
They're just not going to be updated with the rest of the game. They're going to be balanced in that well, unfortunately.
no,
So yeah, we'll just have to see what the fuck's going on. But oh well, hopefully we'll get new Hellbreeds or something.
yeah. I mean,
Because
the new what was it? The new Space Marine game. They showed off some Hellbrutes for that.
oh really?
Yeah, it was a while ago
Who's the
now.
Chaos faction attacking? Is it Zinch?
It appears to be Zeech. It appears to be Thousand Suns.
Oh, okay, because it was Khorne in the first game, wasn't it? It's Khorne demons at least.
Corn Demons, yeah. I think it was
And then
Corn, and it was either Word Bearers or Black Legion. I think it was Word Bearers.
I think it was Word Bearers. I don't think it was Black Legion. Yeah, I think it's Word Bearers. But yeah, it's good to see Zinch. I like Tyranids and Zinch. Maybe some Zinch demons, so maybe a bit more variety. Because in the first game, all they had was Khorne, fucking what they call Bloodletters. That was the only
Bloodletters,
Khorne
yeah.
demons we got.
We did get the Nurgle drones things.
Plague drones.
Yeah, plague drones were in the first Space Marine game.
Were they?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
You see most of them in the fight for the Titan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
God, I don't even remember that.
they're flying in.
Do you actually fight them?
Yeah, you have to shoot them out of the sky because they are shooting at you.
Okay. God, I do not remember that.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I mean, you might be right.
I don't, it's not plague drones because plague drones are the flies, but it's the Deathguard ones.
Yeah, plague drones.
Yeah,
The fetid plague drone.
fetid plague drone. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, there is the plague splitter version.
Huh. I don't remember them. Not at all. Cool. Cool that they were in there, though.
Yeah.
It must have been.
Yeah,
It must have been world bearers then. If that's the case.
Word bearers, yeah.
I mean, I guess Black Legion could have them, but they're very a Nurgle thing.
Yeah.
I'm surprised any other chapter can have them.
I think rules wise, even at the time that it came out, that actually no, at the time that it came out, that would have been what, 7th edition?
Yeah, they wouldn't have been. They didn't exist.
They didn't exist. It might have been early 8th.
Unless you're thinking, were they rot flies? Where they're the Nurgle demons, although they weren't the mechanical drones with the spitters, were they?
I swear that they were the mechanical drones.
Because I know you can fight them in. I've got it on Steam. I've just been playing to say in bolt gun. They're in bolt gun. Oh fucking Jesus Christ! I want to go to Google. Can you go to Google? That'd be great. Enemies. No, they weren't.
They went.
They weren't. No.
I swear there was a flying enemy that you had to fight, and it looked like a plague drone.
Oh, hold on. Chaos drone.
Ah, chaos drone. Just generic chaos drone.
So yes, chaos drone.
Which looks like a plague drone.
It does, but it's reskinned. Yeah, it sort of does. I think that's what it came from, but yeah, it's. I don't know. Does it have a spitter on it? Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, they do exist. I didn't even remember them. They just have a turret as well.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's just called a Chaos Drone in the game. I think it just has. Yeah, I think it's a generic Chaos one, not necessarily a Blight one in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think it. Yeah, it just has a machine gun. I don't think it has spitters.
No.
That's cool. I didn't realize they were in the game. Actually, a lot more enemy types than I thought. Is there? It's just different types of walk. It's just all the different guns, basically. Gretchen, Combi Rocket Knob, Renegade Militia. Oh yeah, I forget there's Renegade Guardsman at the end.
Yeah.
There's a Scar Boy. What the fuck is a Scar Boy? Oh, they're just. It's a bit disappointing. They're just normal boys, but they've got red on them, so they're a bit harder, a bit tougher.
A bit faster.
They're basically just slugger boys with they're repainted. Okay, yeah. It's supposed to be 2 though. We got a date drop. Is it coming out soon?
Is what coming out soon?
Space Marine 2.
Last I heard, it's September.
Oh, okay.
September 2024, but I might be wrong.
No, yeah, you are right. Damn. Okay. I'll live with that. Didn't realize it's so far off. With all the trailers that were coming out.
Yeah, well, they haven't really released all that much in terms of trailers, if we're being completely honest.
I thought they had some gameplay.
They do have some gameplay stuff. But there's not a lot of there's not a lot of like story stuff or anything that they've announced all that.
I guess they're keeping it close to their chest.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Okay. Cool. Cool.
But yeah, I think we should call it there for this episode.
We probably should. It has been a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. I need to get some food.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, we'll love you, leave you, and yeah. So this has been the Straight Up Warlords. I have been Gem. With me is Cat
See you later, guys.
and Diesel.
See you later, guys. See you next time.